Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Teacher English Speaking Channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to be here again.
Hi, Tom. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. Actually, I just had my morning coffee. Right on time. I always have my coffee at 9 a.m. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful too. Thanks. I just finished my 10-minute morning walk. I try to do it every day, even when I'm busy.
Your morning walk. That's a great daily habit, Lucy.
Exactly. And that's our topic for today. Today, we are going to learn how to talk about our daily habits.
Yes, it's a really useful topic because we all have habits. These are the small things we do every day. Learning to talk about them is perfect practice for A1 and A2 learners.
We will teach you simple phrases to talk about your routine and your habits.
Sounds great. And if you're ready to learn, show us some love by hitting that like button.
And please subscribe so you never miss a lesson. And share this with your friends who are learning English. Thank you all so much.
Okay, Lucy, let's get started. Where do we begin?
Okay, Tom. So, when we talk about habits, we are talking about our daily routine.
That's right. The things we do again and again, every day or every week. Like your walk or my coffee.
Exactly. The easiest way to talk about a habit is using the simple present tense. That just means we use the simple verb, the main action word.
For example, I drink coffee. Not I am drinking coffee, which means only right now. And not I drank coffee, which is in the past.
Yes. I drink coffee means I do it regularly. It's my habit.
Or I wake up at 7 a.m. This is a daily habit.
I read a book before bed. This is also a habit.
These are all habits. It's very simple. Just I and the action verb. Like I wake up, I eat, I read, I work, I sleep.
But Tom, what if I don't go for a walk every single day? Maybe only most days?
That is a great question. This is when we use special habit words. They're called adverbs of frequency. That's a big name, but it's very easy. These words tell us how often we do the habit.
I love these words. The most common one is always.
Always LWAYS. This means 100% of the time. 100%. Every time.
Like you, Tom, you always have coffee at 9 a.m.?
Yes, I do. 100%. I always drink coffee in the morning. I always brush my teeth at night. What's something you always do?
I always make my bed in the morning. Make my bed means I make it look nice and clean after I wake up.
That is a very good habit. I always wash my face.
Okay, so after always, which is 100%, we have usually.
Usually, USUALLY. This is maybe 80% or 90%. It's very common, but not 100%.
For example, I usually go for a walk in the morning, but maybe on Sunday, if it is raining, I don't.
That makes sense. I usually eat breakfast at home. But sometimes, on the weekend, I go to a cafe.
I usually check my emails when I start work.
And I usually call my mom on Sundays.
So that brings us to sometimes.
Yes, sometimes is maybe 50%. Maybe less. Not often, not rarely. In the middle.
I sometimes watch TV in the evening. Not every night. Maybe 3 times a week.
I sometimes order pizza for dinner. It's a nice treat.
I sometimes listen to music when I study.
And I sometimes feel tired in the afternoon.
Me too. Okay, what if it's less than sometimes? We can say rarely or seldom.
Right. Rarely, Rarely. This means almost never, maybe 5% or 10%.
I rarely go to the cinema. I prefer to watch movies at home.
I rarely eat spicy food. It's too hot for me.
And the last big one is never.
Never, never. This is 0% of the time. 0%.
I never drink soda. I don't like it.
Oh, that's very healthy. I never skip breakfast. Skip means to not do something. So I never not eat breakfast. I must eat in the morning.
That's a great habit. I never smoke.
So we have always 100%. Usually 90%. Sometimes 50%. Rarely 10%. And never 0%.
And look where we put the word Tom. It goes before the main verb.
That's a great point. I always drink. I usually eat. I sometimes watch. I rarely go. I never skip.
We can also say when we do the habit, we usually put this at the end of the sentence.
Like, I always brush my teeth in the morning and at night.
Or, I sometimes watch TV in the evening.
I usually go for a walk every day.
We can also use phrases like every day, every morning, once a week, or on weekends.
I drink coffee every morning.
I visit my parents once a week. That means one time per week.
I go shopping on weekends.
This makes our sentences much better. Okay, Tom. This is easy for I or you or we or they. But what about talking about another person? Like, what about you? Lucy.
This is the one important rule for habits in the simple present tense. When we talk about a she or it, we must add an S to the verb.
That's right. So, I don't say Lucy walk. I say Lucy walks.
Yes, Lucy walks every morning.
And I can say Tom drinks coffee at 9 a.m.
He always drinks coffee.
She usually walks.
My sister sometimes calls me.
My father never eats fish.
Exactly, because my sister is she and my father is he. We must add the S. This is very important.
It is. You also mentioned good habit and bad habit. That's useful vocabulary.
Yes, a good habit is something healthy or positive.
Like, I drink a lot of water. That's a good habit.
I read English for 10 minutes every day. A very good habit.
I always floss my teeth. Floss is when you clean between your teeth.
Very important. And a bad habit is something unhealthy or negative.
I always go to bed very late, at 2 a.m. That is a bad habit.
I sometimes eat too much chocolate. That's my bad habit.
He always checks his phone when he is driving. That is a very bad and dangerous habit.
She never exercises. That is also not a good habit.
This is great, Tom. But we are only making statements. How do we ask people about their habits?
Excellent question. This is just as important. To ask a yes/no question about a habit, we use the word do or does.
We use do with I, you, we, and they.
For example, Lucy, do you drink coffee?
No, I don't. Don't is short for do not.
Tom, do you wake up early?
Yes, I do.
Do you exercise every day?
No, I don't. I usually exercise 3 times a week.
And we use does with the she and it.
Ah, the S rule again.
Exactly. Tom, does your sister live near you?
Yes, she does.
Does your father like fish?
No, he doesn't. Doesn't is short for does not.
Notice, when we use does, the main verb does not have an S.
Oh, yes. You said, does your father like fish? Not likes.
The S is on the word does. We only need it one time.
That's a great tip. Okay, but what if I want to know how often?
Then we ask a question starting with how often.
How often do you go for a walk?
I usually go for a walk maybe 5 times a week.
How often do you call your mom?
I call her every Sunday.
How often does he watch TV?
He sometimes watches TV.
How often does she eat pizza?
She rarely eats pizza.
This is so useful. Now we can ask and answer.
This is all so useful. Let's try to have a natural conversation about our habits. Tom, we can practice everything we learned: statements, the S rule, and questions.
Great idea. Let's talk about our daily routine. You start. Lucy, what do you usually do in the morning?
Okay. Well, I usually wake up around 7:30 a.m. The first thing I do is stretch. I always stretch for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a very healthy habit. Do you make your bed?
Yes, I do. I always make my bed. It feels good to start the day clean.
I agree. Then what?
Then, as I said, I usually go for a short walk. After my walk, I have breakfast. I usually eat yogurt and fruit.
That's very healthy. So, you don't drink coffee?
No, I never drink coffee. I don't like the taste. I always have tea. What about you, Tom? What time do you wake up?
I usually wake up at 7 a.m. The first thing I do is drink a big glass of water.
That's a great habit.
I try. Then, I take a shower and get dressed. And, as you know, I always have breakfast and my coffee. I never leave the house without breakfast.
How often do you check your phone in the morning?
Ah, that's a bad habit of mine. I usually check it right when I wake up. I know it's not good.
Me too. Sometimes. It's a hard habit to stop.
It is. After breakfast, I check my work emails. Then I commute to work. Commute means to travel to work. I usually take the bus.
I see. What about after work? What are your evening habits?
In the evening, I usually cook dinner. I love cooking.
That's a wonderful habit. I sometimes cook, but often I am too tired. I usually just make a sandwich.
I understand. After dinner, I usually read a book. I sometimes watch a movie, but I always read for 30 minutes before I go to sleep. It helps me relax.
That sounds like a very nice, relaxing routine. What about the weekend? Do you have different habits on Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, I do. On weekends, I never wake up early. I usually sleep late, maybe until 9 or 10 a.m.
That's the best.
It is. And I always meet my friends. We usually go to the park or have lunch together.
That's so nice. I also sleep late on weekends. And I always clean my apartment on Saturday morning. That's my habit.
A very good habit.
Thank you. So our listeners can see Tom drinks coffee, but Lucy drinks tea.
And Tom loves cooking.
And Lucy walks in the morning. You see, we use the S when we talk about each other.
And we can ask questions like, do you like tea? Or, how often does he cook?
That was fantastic practice. It shows how we can talk about our whole day and our whole week using these simple words.
That was fantastic practice. So, to quickly review, the 3 most important ideas from today are:
First, remember to use the habit words to say how often you do something. Words like always, usually, and sometimes. For example, I usually read a book at night.
Second, when you talk about another person, like he or she, don't forget to add S to the action verb. For example, Tom drinks coffee, or Lucy walks in the morning.
And finally, to ask a question about habits. Start with do you or does he oi? For example, do you like tea? Or how often do you exercise?
And Tom, what's our number one golden tip for our listeners today?
My golden tip is make learning English your new habit.
Oh, I love that. What do you mean by that?
Well, many learners try to study for 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday. Then they get very tired and they stop for 2 weeks. This is not a good habit for learning.
I agree. It's too much at one time.
Exactly. It is much, much better to practice for just 5 or 10 minutes every day. This is a small, easy habit.
Like a micro habit.
Yes, read one page of a simple book. Listen to one English song. Learn one new word. Or just think in English when you drink your coffee, like I always drink coffee.
That's great advice. A small, consistent habit is easy to keep.
That's the secret. Be consistent. A small daily habit is more powerful than one big day of studying. Make English a simple part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth.
That's perfect advice. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified about our next lesson.
And please share this episode with your friends.
And for today's practice question, we want to know,
What is one daily habit you always do in the morning?
for example, I always drink water, or I always make my bed.
Leave your answer in the comments below. We'd love to read them and connect with you.
Until next time, keep practicing and have a great day.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.